Okay. So what we're going to do here today is we're getting this connector, the molex for the Traeger ends. And it's a male plastic with a female pin on there is what you'd want. And you are going to crimp it over this pin. And you can see that the insulation is going to be crimped by the back part. And these front parts will grab the wire for you on that. So the first thing you need to do is these come on a rail like this. And you have to trim these outer parts. And I like to trim these pretty close. I like to have, like this one you can see has a little bit of the hole in there still. So I'm going to try to trim that. I would try to trim that off. So let's show you on one of these. So you see where that is? So I'm going to come way up here and trim that part off. So you see how it's totally flat there? Same thing here. I'm going to come over here and probably get a little bit, trim that off. So now they're both off. Now, if we were to put them in the tool right now, you can see that that part, which is supposed to crimp the wire, right, is not going to go in there because of it being straight out. So we need to turn it up at a 90-degree angle on that. And it's a little easier said than done. And just and you can see right now how it doesn't match that one. This side does, that side doesn't. So we're gonna move this in. Get these to where they match. And sometimes squeezing from the back can be a little more helpful. There we go. This one here on the top normally needs a little bit of encouragement also. Then we're going to use this tool. There's a bunch of these tools around. This is a real inexpensive one that's available on Amazon. And we're using 16 gauge wire, so we're going to be in this slot on the end. And we're going to get it part way in there, right? And I want to look on both sides and make sure that I've got it in there. And then the wire will go up in here. You see how we can see it on that end? And then we're just going to crimp it closed. And you can see that it has crimped the wire here and here. Not the best. And I always like to do a pull test on them. And then from there, you're just going to stick it in here. And this is going to keep it from coming back out. And you can see that's in there. And it works. Now, if you get one that you've put in and it goes past it like this, if it comes back this way and you can't pull it out, it'll still work. So if you get one that goes past that like that, don't worry about that. It will still work because once it doesn't come out this end, you're okay. But the way it's supposed to be is it's supposed to be this way where it doesn't move either way. So hopefully that helps you out. And if you put these on the wires from your Mac grill, cut the small ones off and put these larger ones on, it will then work with the fireboard controller. So this is going to be the end you're going to find on the pellet drive controller when you get it. And by having this end, then it's going to go in there and work. This is what was on your Mac originally, and you can see there are a lot smaller connections. So what you'd be doing is cutting this connection off and then putting this connection on.